Okay, let's see how we doing. Righty. So, oh, it's still booting up over here. Okay, there we go. All right, bet. So what's going on? Charles Austin here. I am live on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. All right. So this is Workout Wednesday number 2. Okay. And oh, what's going on with my hair back there? All right, here we go. All right. So again, Workout Wednesday number 2. And just for a quick little synopsis or a quick little summary on what Workout Wednesday is every Wednesday we're going to be going over a different exercise related slash workout related slash fitness related topic and how it goes into your health and how it's related to your fitness, weight loss, general things in that nature. Okay. So last week on our first Workout Wednesday, we talked about what did we talk about last week? We talked about strength training and immunity. Okay, so I went over some of the links between strength training and how it can help boost your immunity and improve your immune system. Okay, so if you want to check out that video is still available on Facebook. You can find it in my feed, Instagram. You can find it on Instagram TV. And for my YouTubers, I went ahead and posted that video to my page as well. Okay, so I'm getting that nice message says, oh yeah, we're still telling people that you're online. So I'm going to give it a second and we'll start the Afterburn Effect here in just a second. But just a quick little review on what we talked about last week. We talked about the strength training and immunity. We talked about that it boosts amino acids, which helps build up your antibodies, right? And I really wanted to start on that topic because I thought it was a good place to start with COVID going on the way it is and all that good stuff. So we talked about that a little bit. We also talked about the fact that it helps reduce chronic disease and that helps your immune system fight infection so that you're not fighting the chronic disease as well. So those are a couple of the highlights. Oh, you want to come get in the video? Yeah. Okay, come on. Those are some of the highlights of the Workout Wednesday from last week. All right. Yo, it's my mini me. All right. So today what we're talking about here is the Afterburn Effect. And again, welcome back for those who were here last week. And for those of you who may be new, hey, cool. Glad you're here. Glad you're joining me. Okay. Joining us, me and my mini me. Okay. And remember, once we get done with our Afterburn Effect, our Workout Wednesday today, we will have a Q&A at the end. You can ask me anything. Okay. So again, today we're talking about the Afterburn Effect. Okay. And all right, if you're going to let me do the video, you're going to just sit here. All right.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So again, we're talking about the Afterburn Effect. And technically, if you say afterburn, you're referring to this long-winded term called excess post-exercise oxygen consumption, okay? Or sometimes it's referred to as EPOC, okay? So if you ever hear me say EPOC or afterburn throughout any points in the video, we're talking about the same thing, okay? So a little bit about afterburn. It's basically the time that it takes for your body to kind of cool down, get back to normal after a long and strenuous workout. Okay. And the way your body does this is it does this by using up oxygen. Okay. So the oxygen in your body helps you bring yourself back down because, after you're done working out, you're hot, you're sweaty, you're tired, and your metabolic rate is up. And what you want to do is bring it back down. Okay. So the more strenuous the exercise, the more oxygen you're going to be able to use after the workout. All right, you got to go because you're talking too much. All right, bye-bye. Go to your room. Cool. All right. So again, oxygen helps you get yourself back to normal. And the more strenuous that exercise is, the more oxygen that you're going to use to get yourself back to normal. Okay. So you kind of want to think about afterburn kind of like a car engine. Okay. So if you think about about a car engine. Let's say you start up your car and it's just driving along. Maybe you drove for 30 minutes, an hour, whatever it may be. After you shut that engine off, it doesn't cool down immediately. All right. It takes a little bit of time. All right. So if you were to touch on that engine 30 minutes, an hour later, it's still probably going to be a little bit warm. And that's kind of how afterburn works. Okay. So let's jump into my 3 points, because again, I want to make sure we're giving 3 quick points each and every day. I like to have my little timer here on my feeds right there, 5 minutes. So I know I'm 5 minutes in. We're not going to be here much longer, okay? So we're going to go quickly through these 3 points, and we'll get to Q&A if anybody has questions, okay? So point number 1, all right? So we just stated that this afterburn effect utilizes more oxygen after you're done exercising, okay? So point number 1, consuming more oxygen burns more calories, okay? Which of course helps with weight control, helps with weight loss. So if you think about exercise, whether it's lifting weights, jogging, running, playing a sport, whatever it is that you're doing, you're going to use more exercise, more oxygen. You're going to increase your respiration rate. You're going to be breathing more, using more oxygen. Okay, so that's one way you're going to burn calories. That's obvious the reason why you exercise, right? But the cool thing about EPOC, about afterburn, is after you exercise, you're going to use even more. Okay, so you're going to help with your weight loss and your weight control while you're doing your workout. But also after you're done with your workout, you have this afterburn effect, which is going to also continue to burn up and use more oxygen. Okay, so the more oxygen you use, the more calories you burn, the more strenuous your exercise, the more of an afterburn you will have after your workout. Okay, so point number 1, again, consuming more oxygen burns more calories. All right, so let's go to point number 2. All right, so I want to make sure that we're understanding the specific types of exercises that we have to do in order to achieve this afterburn effect. Okay, so some of the types of exercises we're talking about would be interval training, and specifically we're talking about HIIT, or high intensity interval training, right? Strength training as well, so using weights, overloading your muscles, challenging them with resistance. Supersetting, so supersetting is just when you are performing exercises back to back, generally with the same muscle, and you're not getting a lot of rest or zero rest in between those exercises. Okay. Other things include power exercises, things that are explosive, things like that. Okay. So we're basically talking about exercises that will make use of these things we call fast twitch muscle fibers. And I'm not going to get into that too much, but basically we're talking about muscle fibers that are big, and they're used for explosion and powerful things, like running, jumping, sprinting, things like that. Okay. So for example, if you are outside and for whatever reason there is a huge dog or something and it comes after you, you're going to sprint, you're going to jump, you're going to move quickly. Those are your fast twitch muscle fibers, and those are the ones that's involved with EPOC. Okay, so exercises that aren't involved would be things like walking, jogging, the elliptical, biking, things like that. Those won't really create a lot of afterburn since they're not really using a lot of those fast twitch muscles. So that's a different type of training, and that's something we'll cover on one of these days. But again, we want to talk about afterburn. We're talking about explosion, powerful movements, things that expend a lot of energy. That's what you're thinking of versus the more of that constant, you go out for a jog, it's kind of a steady pace. Okay. So point number 3, and then we're going to wrap this up. Some of the benefits of afterburn. Okay. And these are some good ones to take a note of. All right. So we have time efficient calorie burn. Okay. So that's basically saying that in less time, you can burn more calories. So it may take 45 minutes of biking to burn the same amount of calories that you can burn with 30 minutes of afterburn type exercises, okay? Exercise that promote that afterburn. So it's very efficient. You pick up muscle, you gain muscle, all right? You can reduce your heart rate and blood pressure. And also very good for diabetics. If you're pre-diabetic type 2, if you're currently diabetic, if you know someone in your family that's diabetic, this may be some good information for them as well. But this afterburn effect can help reduce your blood sugar. Okay. So 4 cool things about afterburn here again. All right. And again, especially for those diabetics out there, helping to reduce that blood sugar is a big deal. Okay. So what time is it? Summary time. All right. Like I said, we try to keep this brief, short and to the point. And let's go over the main things that we talked about here today. So point number 1, with relationships, with relating to afterburn, we said that it burns more calories and this helps with weight loss. So remember, you're going to burn calories when you exercise. After your exercise is over, you're going to have this afterburn effect, and it's going to burn more calories as well. Okay, helps with weight control. We also mentioned the specific types of exercises that you do to achieve this afterburn effect. So HIIT, interval training. When you're training hard and then you take a break, and you're training hard and you take a break. That's what we're talking about. Strength training, we're lifting heavy weights, not necessarily light lifting, but lifting some weights that take a good amount of effort. Okay. Things that you're using power, explosions, things like that. So not walking, not a leisurely jog, not swimming, not getting on the bike, not things like that. Powerful movements that expel lots of energy in short periods of time. Okay. And then last but not least, we talked about several benefits of afterburn. One of them was that you gain muscle. We talked about reducing your blood pressure, super important for those out there that are hypertensive. And then we also talked about the reduction in blood sugar, super important for those folks that may be struggling with diabetes. Okay. So that's it. Workout Wednesday is over for the most part here. So right now, before we go into our live Q&A, where you can ask me anything, I want to remind anybody out there that if you want to get my free home strength training guide, this is body weight exercises only. All you have to do is inbox me the words free and strength. Again, free home strength training guide, inbox me the words free strength, and then I'll make sure we get that over to you. Okay. Other than that, it's Q&A time. So for my folks that are watching, if you have any questions, please feel free to type them into the stream. I will check them out and answer them live. It doesn't have to be related to this topic. It can be related to any topic. All right. Okay, cool. How does what does that say? Hold on, why does it keep going away? Oh, there it is. So how does afterburn help reduce blood sugar? Okay. So this is a good question. So basically, you got to think of it this way. Generally, if you're suffering from type 2 diabetes, generally what you're going to have is, well, not generally, the reason why you may be suffering from type 2 diabetes is because of the excess blood sugar that's in your blood, glucose, all right, specifically, all right? And each and every time you perform any type of activity, exercise, you're going to be using up some of that glucose. So the more glucose that you're using up that's in your bloodstream, the less of it that stays, right? You're utilizing that, okay? So if you are going to continue to have a increased metabolism post-exercise, there's going to be more utilization of that glucose that may be floating around in your bloodstream. So over time, if you're continuing to do exercises that will boost your metabolism and burn those calories, you're going to decrease your blood sugar over time. This isn't anything that's overnight, but it is over time. Good question. Okay. Looks like that's the only question we got here tonight. Just checking my 3 areas here. All right. So again, if you catch this stream later on and you still want to get that free strength training guide, make sure you send me a message, inbox me on Instagram or Facebook, or leave a comment on YouTube that says free strength, and we'll set it up and get that right over to you. All right. So check me out next Wednesday. We'll be doing another topic. Drop some more knowledge bombs for all of y'all out there. Hopefully you learned something that will help you out. This is Charles Austin. I'll see y'all next time. Peace, peace. Takes time to end that live stream.